Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I'm doing a moon reading for you, and I'm a day late. I was in Bangkok and was teaching some workshops, and I just was not able to tune in to do the reading before. And so I will share the screen now with you, and we're gonna go into this reading. The dark moon that we have now, and it's still dark moon in the moment, we can say, before the new moon is visible. Remember, the new moon is actually the little crescent you can see when the new moon becomes visible. And what we have on the 18, what was dark moon, meaning you don't see the moon at all, and it's sometimes dark moon, black moon, empty moon, other ways of saying it, but it's definitely not new moon. But unfortunately, most programs and most people talk about new moon. So it's just important to understand that, especially if you work like with the abundance box and manifesting abundance. And when I'm talking here now, I just had to put on the lights before a storm is breaking loose here. We have sun and moon in Taurus, and Taurus is the sign of manifestation. And we did actually yesterday with my group, we did some manifestation work. We had an abundance workshop on Thursday, and if you're interested, I have written a little booklet about that in the combination with the moon and the rhythm. And if you want that, you can send me a message and I can share with you that and send you this little PDF. Because everything is a rhythm, everything is a cycle. There's a beginning, there is a rising energy, a peak, and then a declining energy when it's gone, and then something new we can plant something new. It's like every rhythm has the same circle cycle. And to manifest in our life, a very easy way is to attach yourself to the moon cycle and manifest from there, because it's a shorter cycle. So when we have Sun, Moon, and Mercury in 12th house in Taurus, it is the time to put in seeds. It's the time to imagine, visualize, and fix that what you want to manifest. Now, the time to manifest is very powerful in many ways, because now we have a chance to really manifest new things that have not been possible before, because of that energy shift, that energy change that is happening now. And if we move into our feelings, like we have here Venus and Mars are here in Cancer, you can see that the third house, which is connected with communication. So if we communicate with our feelings and not with our brain, when the wishes are coming from the heart and not from the head, there is a complete different way of manifesting. Even if we cannot see the outcome yet, but it might be the problems are being solved that have existed for a very long time, or that we have finally a breakthrough in something that we always wanted before. And I can see, especially for those who are now working and preparing for that new energy that is coming up, that there can be a very strong breakthrough. In the moment, we have Uranus disconnected with everything. So we have to go inside that to from the heart consciousness, to be inspired from our heart and not from anything outside of us. So once we sit in a meditation, for example, and ask very deep, what is it what I really want? And not the glitter and the glamour from the outside world, all that stuff that, for example, something can make you happy from outside. This is not true. Nothing from the outside world can really make you happy, because the happiness lives within inside of you. And maybe it's also good to remember at that moment that We are a spiritual being having a human experience, or we can even go to say we are spirits trying to be human, but this is not our true nature. This is why for so many people it's so difficult to be human, and it's so difficult to function on this 3D level of existence. So looking here at the Mercury in Taurus that is connected with, you see the little yellow line going on the Neptune. So this is the intuition and not the inspiration. So in the moment we go with intuition, and you can see also here with Moon, the same planet here, Neptune has a square to Moon and Sun, is that we cannot comprehend it yet. We cannot see it yet. So that's why we have to trust that what spontaneously is appearing in our life, even if we cannot see it in the moment. And I believe that what I see, what is happening also energetically, that we are really at the threshold of something that is breaking through quite fast. And as anybody outside, if you are following alternative media, everybody says the same, that you should have a little bit of food and water and money at home, that you can get along for 2, 3, 4 weeks without a panic and have to run out. And I think this is a really very good advice, so that you prepare now, especially these days, because once the moon and then also the sun is coming into Gemini, there will be a lot of more or less contradictions that are coming out, and we might not see through them in the first moment. I can only say that also when I'm looking in alternative media, sometimes I really have to double check. Like, for example, this very weird picture that came out from the Schumann resonance, and I will put it in my blog. And I went to the other page that I usually use, and actually it's the same homepage. And there is a complete different picture. So I'm not completely sure what this means and what this picture resonates with. So just go and have a look at my blog page, then you can see what I mean here. Now, when we have Saturn here with the MC, with the goal of Aquarius, a retrograde Saturn, that is again the other hint that we have to look inside. Also, Pluto is retrograde, and now just see, Pluto is at the very last degree of Sagittarius, still a little bit retrograde, but it is like that we can break through and move forward. We have first to move back. And it reminds me of the arrow. If you want to shoot an arrow and be very clear, you have to pull it back first. And you have to look at the arrow and at the goal very clearly. You have to be centered, you have to be balanced, that when you let that arrow go, that arrow really reaches its goal. And in a way, it's like we are here now. We are preparing now with Sun and Moon in Taurus. We are preparing now to be in that new energy, to not let us be deceived by old stuff. As you know, also the whole New Age has been hijacked from energies that are at the end effect. If you look at it, it's all about money. It's not really about spirituality. They might give you a little bit, and what the worst is about it, there's a lot of truth. But a lot of truth is always colored with a little bit of lies and not true. So this is the big confusion. But this is true. I heard that. I hear that so many times. Yeah, this is true. But it's not the whole truth. Even maybe something is missing, or something is just guiding you in another direction. So the most important thing in that moment is that with the intuition, with that square that we have here, from Sun, Moon to Neptune, is that we go deep inside and listen to that, also to that gut feeling, to be in that moment, that we can really understand that this is not what is all around us, all this chaos, that what is all around us, that this is not the reality. but that is the chaos that is created for us to learn to really reconnect with that spiritual self, with that true self that we are, that God, Goddess, spiritual being having the human experience, and that we are not the human being. And I think this is really powerful once you understand that also the expansion here in Jupiter, in Aries, sorry, the Jupiter with the two sextiles here going to Sun, Moon, and up to Saturn. It shows once you're clear within yourself, once that you have found that center within yourself and are balanced, then you will have that new beginning and that energy to really manifest what you want from your heart and not from your mind, because the mind will always doubt you. And then again, you can use your power, the power of your intuition, and that will also support the blue line we have here, the trine is to Chiron in Pisces. That is also part of your healing, your personal healing, your spiritual healing, that it can balance itself in a way that it hasn't done before. So I would recommend you even now, to still today, if I'm a day late, but if you do meditation or want to use a method to manifest, go into your deep, deep inner knowingness, because we do know. And then put this out in front of you. Go into that trust, that divine self, that divine knowing that you are this being having a human experience, and don't bet your whatever you have anymore and material happiness or whatever they advertise, and start with grassroots movements that help you to pull away from all the bad food, GMO, and all these things. I just have found a very nice recipe also how to make your own toothpaste. There is so much out there now. It's absolutely gorgeous and beautiful what you can do, what you can use. And we can slowly, slowly spread and disconnect from the negative things that are trying to kill us. Okay, let me see. We have the AC/DC axis is from Gemini to Sagittarius. So again, what I said, it's to communicate more with the inside, to bring that out, that afterwards, like we have nothing in 6 and 7 here, that what is coming when we move forward, when Jupiter is able to bring that breakthrough energy, that we are free of luggage. So it's also time to declutter. Maybe you look around in your wardrobe, in your house, whatever. What is it really that I need? Not what I have, but what is really what I need. And you will see probably that there is a lot of stuff that you don't really need. So if you give it away, there might be somebody who really needs it. And you make two people happy. You make yourself lighter. You let go of stuff you don't need anymore. And at the same time, somebody else who's needing it is happy. So it can be also that whole process of letting go can be a very positive process, and not just letting go. But generally, when we move towards enlightenment, it's all about letting go and not getting more and more and more. It's declutter, unlearn. And that's how we get into a higher consciousness. I hope that helps a little bit to understand in the coming next 2 weeks what is happening. And I look forward to talk to you again. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and I see you soon again. Thank you very much.